everybody. I'm your host, Desiree, and this is Let's Vamanos Network. And we're here with a wonderful, lovely guest today to share with y'all all the things that she's been doing. And if you haven't heard of her, but this is the one and only Gaby Moreno, who is coming on tour with us. So she is also a recently Grammy award winning for her Latin pop album as well, which is X Me, which is amazing. I'm so honored to be able to share about you, Gaby, to our community, and then also to talk about all the wonderful things that you're working on, and then also the tour that you're doing currently right now. So thank you so much, Gaby Moreno, for joining us here
Thank
on the Let's Vamonos Network.
thank you so much. So happy to be here with you.
Yeah, so for those that are watching and that are going to watch this interview, we want to share with the community, what you're doing, right? And a little bit about your background as far as your artistry. I do see that you are from Guatemala, so that is your native motherland, which I think is amazing. How long have you been here in the States?
A long time, a little over 2 decades. So a really, really long time. But it feels weird because it feels like I never really left. My whole family is in Guatemala, and I go pretty often to not only to play concerts but also to to visit my parents, my sisters, everybody. So yeah, it's a weird thing, time flies, and it just feels a little surreal that I've been in the US longer than I've lived in Guatemala. But like I said, like I'm 100% Guatemalan, and that'll never go away, and I'm always proud to speak about my roots and my culture.
Yeah. Well, we love that because we definitely, as a Mexican American, my Mexican culture is definitely a part of my life and a part of what I do as well. So
Yeah.
I love meeting also new artists from different countries as well, from that have grown in different countries because there's so many of them out there that people just don't know about. And so I love to be able to share and amplify these wonderful artists that are out here doing amazing things. I mean, winning a Grammy, that is wow. Like that's, I'm sure, on the bucket list, right? So
Oh my gosh,
that's
yes. Yeah.
that was amazing. Can you share a little bit about how that experience was? Obviously, I wasn't able to watch it, but or see it. This was last year,
Last year.
but share a little bit about that experience and how it made you feel.
Well, I mean, it's something that, like so many artists, it's something that you really, dream about when you're starting. You're like, oh my goodness, it'd be so amazing to get a Grammy someday. And I had been dreaming about that since I was a kid, since I started making music. And um I had already won 2 Latin Grammys, and that was huge too. That was such a huge honor. But then when I was nominated for a US Grammy, just it just meant so much to me, especially because it was for an album, which is the acoustic album that I released last year called Por Mí Volumen Uno. It's completely acoustic. It's literally just me and my acoustic guitar singing my songs. I produced it. I went into the studio and I recorded everything in like 6 hours. It's just kind of mind-boggling to me that that an album like that would get such recognition and then win it. I mean, it was huge. By the way, it's the same award that Shakira just won right now, so that's even like crazier to me. It really means a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome because we need that representation. We need to see people that, maybe look like us or have, similarities to our cultures to kind of represent that out there. Are you the first Guatemalan to win that award?
Ricardo Arjona won it. I think back in 2007, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
And there's another Guatemalan who has many, many, many Grammys, U.S. Grammys. His name is Manny Marroquin. He's not very well known, but he's huge in the mixing world. So as an mixing engineer, and he's won so many Grammys for working with big artists like
Yeah. Yeah.
Lizzo, and yeah, those types of artists. And yeah, so I would say I'm the third Guatemalan to win
Awesome.
a US Grammy.
Well, I know you're on tour right now, which is really important, and you're obviously on tour with your most recent album, which is I believe the D Dusk, correct? Is that what is it called?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
And
album that I
so
released last year.
yeah, so tell us a little bit about that album. Like what was some of the inspiration? What was some of the what were some of the things that you really wanted to express in this album? I mean, you know, as artists and creatives, we're always in different spaces at different times. So what
Yeah.
exactly did you want to put forth in this that you wanted to share with us?
Well, musically, I wanted to get a little bit deeper into this whole Americana world, which is a genre that I feel like I've been doing for a long, long time. But I also feel that there hasn't been enough Latin representation in that world. And for those who don't know about Americana, it's basically the whole world that encompasses rhythms like blues and rock and country and folk, and it's something that I really love, that I've been doing for a really long time. But most of the festivals that they do and the award shows that they do, which is all about Americana artists, it's predominantly for white Americans, and so there have been Latin artists in the past that have had success in that world, like Linda Ronstadt and Los Lobos. And but I feel like there needs to be a bit more. And
Yes.
so with this album, that was really my thing. I just wanted to do the same kind of music that I've been doing, but a little more in your face, saying, okay, this is an Americana album. Listen to it, and I think it worked. I did get into a few festivals, and I did perform at the Americana. I was part of the Americana Fest in Nashville last year. I presented an award at the Americana Awards. So I think it's working. But
Yeah.
lyrically, I was trying to write songs about hope and resilience, which I feel like it's so needed nowadays.
No, you're absolutely right. And I love this genre that you're talking about because I grew up of a fan of those two people that you just mentioned, Los Lobos
Yeah,
and Linda Rodstad.
yeah,
And I don't know if Joan Baez is also
yeah,
maybe a little bit of that. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. John Bice.
Yeah, so I grew up in that culture as well because my parents were Mexican American, and so that was the the representation that they were kind of connecting to as well, and
Hmm.
during that time.
Yeah.
But I listening to your album, I was like, oh, this is such a vibe. This is such a vibe. It just really like you can almost feel the emotions that you're playing and
uh,
the fact that it's really coming from a really personal place. So I just wanted to share that with you because just
Thank you.
the few songs, the dance the night away
Uh,
and dusk, those are the two that I
thank
listened
you.
to, and
You.
I want to listen to more. I feel like this is definitely
Wait.
like, okay, I'm glad I've encountered this new genre that you're working on because I haven't heard it. I hadn't heard this song, any of
Yeah.
this music. So
Yeah.
I'm eager to share with my community as well and let them listen.
You.
You mentioned about how we need more hope in this world right now. You know, you are one of the people out there as far as an artist that has been vocal about kind of where you stand and how you want to be represented as well and how you're making sure the Latino community is being represented. Right
Mm.
now, I tell people this is a time of uncertainty, it seems like, more so than ever. But we want to spread hope, right? So, for our community out there, what can you share with them to give them that hope? And then also, connect with and also to connect with your music as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely feels like a dark time right now, and as an immigrant, I have been very vocal about these issues, especially through my music. You know, I've written songs about it, and I'm performing them like all over the world, and you know, trying to tell people, hey, immigrants are so important to, you know, every country wherever they go, right? But right now in the US, I feel like it's just something that we still need. I know it feels hard to do it, but we all have to come together, and we all need to celebrate where we come from and our stories and our culture. Um, because diversity is such a wonderful thing. I feel like, you know, people need to hear that more, especially nowadays. You know, that's what makes this country, the US, so special. It's that it was built by immigrants, and it was, you know, it continues to be built by immigrants. Um, so yeah, it's, you know, it's something that I'll keep expressing my deepest empathy for all immigrants, especially those that are facing hardships right now. And like I said, like through my music, you know, I hope I'm able to bring a little bit of hope and that resilience I'm trying to write more about. And I know that I'll be writing more songs about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We definitely hear you, and we appreciate all the work that you do in doing that because we're in a time right now where we need to continue to just uplift each other. And if
That's
that's listening to your music and sharing all the work that you do,
um,
then you know that's what we need to be doing.
or
Um,
just sharing, you know, sharing stories about immigrants. I think that's what's so
yeah,
important, right? To highlight that humanity, right? And highlight the fact that we are all we're all people. We all deserve to be treated equally. And so I feel that's what's important. When I say come together as a community, it's that. It's like listening to all the immigrant stories and highlighting that and sharing all that.
yeah. No, I love that. And we have to continue to share those stories because that's the only way the next generation will learn and
Yeah.
understand and
Have
appreciate
empathy.
all the work. Yeah, so it's definitely been it's always a we're always a work in progress, our
Always.
community.
Yeah. And
We'll
you
never
know,
be
and it's an issue that it's gonna keep coming back again, you know, but we have to keep moving forward and keep going, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
What have you been most excited about this tour? I mean, you're all over. Are you all over Texas right now? Or are you jumping states as well?
I'm in Miami right now. I just performed at this festival called Ground Up. It was
Okay.
wonderful. And I'm going to Texas tomorrow to start my little tour over there. So it starts in San Antonio, and then we're going to be in Austin, and then I'm coming to Houston. And yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. I think
Yeah, I am.
it's the first time that I'm doing a tour in Texas, I think.
Well, we're glad
Yeah.
to have you. Benvenidos, right? We're so happy to have you
Yes.
here because we need that. I love all those cities, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, my hometown. I'm so glad that you'll be able to come out here and connect with all of us. Anyways, family is something that is really important to not just our community, right? But you mentioned as well. Uh, is there something that you want to share with others about how important family is? Because I think sometimes in the midst of this uncertainty right now, there's become also division, right? And so it's hard sometimes. You know, we all have difference of opinions and difference of ideas, and sometimes it's really hard. So I would love to know, like, how you, especially as someone who lives in a whole nother country, how
Mhm.
you keep that unity with your family and keep that closeness.
Um, well, first of all, I've been very blessed to have a family that has supported me, you know, since I was a little girl, and I had this crazy dream. You know, I remember telling my mother, "What are you gonna do when I move to the States and I'm not here anymore with you?" I just like was manifesting it big time when I was young. And they were always incredibly supportive, always had my back, always were telling me to just kind of keep following my dreams, even in those moments where there were obstacles and moments where I really thought I was about to give up. They were like, nope, you have to keep going, that's your dream. And so that has been truly wonderful, to have them right there beside me. And I'm very close to my whole family. I talk to them almost daily. So even though I don't see them as often as I would like to, it's just so great to feel them very close to me, and to know that I can always rely on them, and they're always going to be there for me. So, I mean, I'm truly blessed for that. Uh, and yes, difference of opinions we all have, all families have that. I have extended family that has like even like completely different political views from mine. But we all respect each other, it's like that's our world. What are we going to do?
Right, right.
um, but like I said, I'm happy to have my family very close to me. That means the world to me.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing some of those really, personal thoughts and just sharing your sentiments with us. One of the things that I wanted to end off before we leave this conversation, this wonderful chat that I'm having, uh, I wanted to know as an artist, the idea of collaborating with other artists has gotten much wider right now these
Mhm.
days.
Yeah,
There's a lot more artists collaborating with each other. Is
yeah.
there someone out there that you would just love to collaborate that you haven't had a chance to? I'm a big believer in manifesting and like saying it out there and letting people know, even sometimes maybe you don't want to share all the things, right? But anybody in particular that you would just be like, oh, I would love to collaborate with them?
um, I've been again very blessed to have collaborated with some incredible artists. Even I even produced an album for Omar Portundo, the legend from Cuba, and I don't know right now. If I think of someone, I mean, one of my all-time favorite singers is a soul singer named Mavis Staples from the Staple Singers. I think she's in her 80s, but she's just like the most incredible singer, and she has so much energy. She's still on tour. Uh,
Oh,
that
wow.
that would be a dream collaboration. Even if it's just like for one show to go up and sing with her. Um, I tend to gravitate to older artists. Like I'm an old soul, and so I'm like always like I'm always listening to older music. Older like music from the 1950s, 60s, and so if I think of all the artists that I want to collaborate right now, they're probably all like above 80 years old.
Right.
um
Right.
the
Well, I mean,
legends, the legends, like
yeah.
Caetano Veloso would be another one. I don't know if he's 80, but he's up there. But definitely would love to collaborate with someone like that. Yeah, just those artists that have paved the way.
Yeah. No, I love that. And now these days it feels like, well, with AI, it seems like anything's possible right now. It's kind of scary, but at the same time,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it is possible with what they're doing. But I'm just so appreciative to be able to chat with you, to share what you're doing. You're doing amazing work. We will continue to look for your work and make sure that we connect for future opportunities. But one of the things I like to always end off with for our guests that I connect with is, any words of wisdom do you have for our community, or anything that you would like to just leave off and share with them to let them know that as someone who's worked their way up and has accomplished so much, what can you share with others that are kind of in that similar period of time, right? They're in the journey of working themselves up. I'm one of those people as
Yeah.
well.
No, I know. Let's see. For me, the most important thing has been and still is community, right? I feel like it's really important to surround yourself with people who know more, who people that that can share knowledge with you, that you can be inspired by. That has been a key thing in my career. So finding your group of people that you feel safe with, and that you feel that you can grow, just from being around them. That's something that I can share with all of you. That's has helped me tremendously. So community.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I agree. It's very important, and it's so simple, and it's such a need right now. We do need that right now, a continuous need of community. So I'm glad you said that. It's very important, and so we appreciate you joining with us this afternoon. And then also, where
Thank you.
can we find and support you? Like, what is your social media? Where can we support you at? And then where can we also, if we're here in the Houston area, those that are in the Houston area, where can we get tickets as well?
Okay, so the concert is on February 15th at the Hobby Center. I believe the website is thehobbycenter.org, but
Okay.
don't quote me on that. It could be Hobby Center. I'm not sure, but the Hobby Center. I think all of you know where that is.
Yes, yes, yes.
You can just Google Gaby Moreno Hobby Center and it'll show up. And as far as my social media, I'm these days I'm mostly on Instagram, so you can find me there as Gaby underscore Moreno, or
Yeah.
just look up Gaby Moreno, 1B GABY. Not and yeah, I try to keep you guys updated there with future shows and new music that I'm about to release. And also this year I'm really excited because I'm releasing a short film slash music
Oh,
video, and it's really special. It was filmed in Guatemala a couple years ago, and finally this year we're going to be releasing it. You can go to my Instagram and check out the teasers that I've posted there.
okay.
But it's quite. I mean, I know it. I don't like to throw this word around lately, but it's epic. It really is. And just check out the
Oh,
teaser, and you'll see what I mean.
awesome. Well, we'll definitely have to check it out. And I love that you're dipping your toe into other works as well. You know, short film is amazing. We
Yeah.
need we need more of our voices to be heard and stories to be told. So
Yeah.
I commend you on that, because I think some people or some artists might think that they only have to always stay in this one box of things, right? You're
Right.
a
No,
singer.
yeah, no, no, no. There's so many other things to do out there in the world that are
Yeah.
creative and, can also bring hope and inspiration, hopefully, right?
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, we appreciate your time so much. We know you're busy, and we
Yeah.
appreciate the time that you took to come out or to chat with us today. And we look forward to seeing you in Houston. We're super excited,
So
and
excited.
definitely check us out on some of the local small businesses out here. They need our support as well. So I always recommend to buy local, shop local, and check out some of our wonderful Latino, taco places that we have. I know there. I'm not
Amazing.
going to say who my favorites are because I don't want to be biased. But
Okay.
we'll definitely have to connect you with some of those places so you can check them
Send
out
send me a
that
list,
are
please. Yes.
yeah, that are in that area. So
Love
we
it.
appreciate all the love and support out there. But guys, we gotta go. So let's vamonos. Bye.
Ciao.